Let's try to solve this problem. Subtract the following fractions. So let's start with 1. 5/8 minus 1/6. So we are subtracting dissimilar fractions, meaning having different denominators. So in this problem, we have different denominators of 8 and 6. So to subtract dissimilar fractions, we transform them first into similar fractions by finding their least common denominator, or the LCD. So to find the LCD, we find first the multiples of 8 and 6. So for 8, its multiples are 8, 16, 24, 32, and so on. For 16, its multiples are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and so on. So we look for the first common multiple that appears. So obviously, it's 24. So the LCD of 8 and 6 is 24. So we transform these two fractions into similar fractions having the same denominator, which is the LCD of 24. So for 5/8 first, we divide the LCD 24 by the denominator 8. 24 divided by 8, that's 3. Then multiply the quotient by the numerator 5. 3 times 5, that's 15. Minus, for 1/6, doing the same, divide the LCD 24 by the denominator 6. 24 divided by 6, that's 4. Then multiply the quotient by its numerator 1. 4 times 1, it's 4. So now that we have similar fractions, we just copy the same denominator of 24 and then subtract the numerator. So we have 15 minus 4. So 15 minus 4, that's 11 over 24. So the final answer is 11 over 24. For number 2, we have 3/4 minus 1/6 minus 1/3. So likewise, we have dissimilar fractions having different denominators of 4, 6, and 3. So we find first the LCD by listing the multiples of 4, 6, and 3. So for the multiples of 4, they are 4, 8, 12, 16, and so on. For the multiples of 6, they are 6, 12, 18, 24, and so on. For 3, the multiples are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and so on. So we look for the first common multiple that appears. Obviously, that's 12. So therefore, the LCD of 4, 6, and 3 is 12. So we transform these three fractions into similar fractions having the new denominator of the LCD 12. So for 3/4, 12 divided by 4, that's 3. Times 3, 9. For 1/6, 12 divided by 6, that's 2. Times 1, 2. For 1/3, 12 divided by 3, it's 4. Times 1, 4. So we now copy the same denominator of 12, and then let's subtract the numerator. So we have 9 minus 2 minus 4. So 9 minus 2, that's 7. Minus 4, that's 3. So we have 3 over 12. So this 3 over 12 is not yet in lowest term. So we can divide both numerator and denominator by the GCF of 3 and 12, which is 3. So 12 divided by 3, it's 1. 12 divided by 3, it's 4. So the final answer is 1/4. For number 3, we have 2 and 2/5 minus 1 and 1/2. So this time we are subtracting two mixed numbers. So if that's the case, we transform first the mixed numbers into improper fraction. For 2 and 2/5, we multiply the denominator 5 by the whole number 2. 5 times 2, that's 10. Then add the product to the numerator 2. So we have 10 plus 2, or 12. And then over the same denominator of 5. Minus 1 and 1/2, transforming into improper fraction as well. So 2 times 1, that's 2. Then 2 plus 1, that's 3. Over the same denominator 2. So we now have subtraction of two dissimilar fractions having different denominators of 5 and 2. So again, let's find the LCD. So list down the multiples of 5 and 2. So the multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. Multiples of 2, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. So the first common multiple that appears is obviously 10. So the LCD of 5 and 2 is 10. We transform these two fractions into similar fractions having the new denominator of 10. So for 12 fifths first, so 20 divided by 5, that's 2. Then 2 times 12, 24. Minus, for 3 halves, 10 divided by 2, it's 5. Times the numerator 3, 15. So we can just copy now the same denominator of 10 and subtract the numerators 24 minus 15. So we have 24 minus 15, that will be 9, then over 10. So the final answer is 9/10. For number 4, we have 3 minus 1 and 1/6 minus 2/3. So we have subtraction of full number minus a mixed number minus a fraction. So for the whole number first, transform this into a fraction by having a denominator of 1. So 3 can be written as a fraction as 3 over 1. Minus, for 1 and 1/6, as in the previous problem, let's transform first to improper fraction. So 1 times 6, that's 6. Then 6 plus 1, that's 7. Then over the same denominator of 6. Then minus, just copy this 2/3. So we are subtracting 3 dissimilar fractions having different denominators of 1, 6, and 3. So let's find first their LCD. List down the multiples of 1, 6, and 3. Multiples of 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. Multiples of 6, 6, 12, 18, and so on. Multiples of 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, and so on. So obviously, the first common multiple that appears is 6. Right? So therefore, the LCD is 6. So transforming these three fractions into similar ones having the new denominator of 6. So for 3 over 1, we have 6 divided by 1, that's 6, times the numerator 3, 18. Minus, for 7, 6. 6 divided by 6, it's 1, times the numerator 7, 7. Minus, for 2/3, we have 6 divided by 3, that's 2, times the numerator 2, 2 times 2, it's 4. So we just copy now the same denominator of 6 and then subtract the numerators, 18 minus 7 minus 4. So we now have 18 minus 7, that's 11, minus 4, 7. So we have 7 over 6, or this is an improper fraction. You can transform into mixed number by dividing the numerator 7 by the denominator 6. 7 divided by 6, it's 1. 1 times 6, 6. Subtract 7 minus 6, it's 1. So therefore, 7 over 6, it's the same as 1 and 1 over 6. Okay, so now it's your turn. So try to solve this problem and just comment your answers.